Greetings and salutations, Charlton66 here once again with another video. This one is going to have several facets to it, I guess you should say. I got 3 acts of kindness, awesome acts of kindness from 3 friends, YouTubers, that I wasn't expecting, and I got them almost back to back. So I'm going to talk about them in this video. And also, I was tagged by Luther Manning Patrick, who dad started a tag about 5 comics you would never leave your collection, and Patrick tagged me, so I'll be going over that as well. On to the act of kindness, which I'm always humbled by getting anything from anybody, from the YouTube community, taking the time to, I know we all do it. We've all sent comics and stuff to friends and fellow YouTubers and whatnot, and it feels good to do that. But then when you're on the receiving end, you just feel humbled because you know what it entails. Packaging it up, make sure it's packaged okay, and take it to the post office, and send it out to somebody. I know it makes you feel good. I know it makes me feel good, but you're still humbled by it. You're still, kind of taken aback to it because you know what it's involved. It's coming from the heart. It's someone else's collection that they're sending to you, and everyone going that little extra mile, and it's really appreciative. I do thank everyone who's ever sent me anything. It's appreciative, and it, like I said, it's humbling. On to the first thing I got from Shannon. I wrote I can't forget his YouTube Solid 4 ST Ben, because he's a bass player, and it's part of playing the bass is with that. But with Shannon, he sent me a package of comics. One of the ones he sent, the stack he sent was awesome. Strange Adventures. Always love these Strange Adventure books, and it's got from the collection of sticker on the back with a stamp, which is pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to start doing that. I know Shannon does it, and I know the Dr. Von Chilla, I know he does it, the good doctor. I'm gonna have to, if it's okay with you guys, get your blessing and kind of copy that and get my own stamp and start doing it on the back of my books. I think it's kind of cool. Superman number 294. Help him, he's the last man on earth. And Superboy, Star of the Legion of Superheroes. Awesome Mike Grell goodness. Number 209. And these will stay in my collection forever. They're not going anywhere, Shannon, so never fear. Good Super Team family here. Super Team family giant. Got an awesome Doom Patrol story in there, as well as the Teen Titans. This is number 7. And I do not have any of these, Shannon, so I do appreciate that. Good old Mystery in Space action with an awesome Kubert cover. Number 115. More Joe Kubert goodness. Tor, number 5. It's a great cover on this. I do not have this either. It's one of those series that you can collect pretty quickly. I'm glad I have an issue. I think I've got number 4, 3 or 4 in my collection. But one of the things he sent was, from when I did my 2018 wish list, which is eclectic to say the least, and I don't know if I'm even going to fill half of it by 2019. But Shannon took the time to recognize one of the books I needed, and I've been looking for this for a long time. And it's Mysteries of Unexplored Worlds number 18. It's the Watcher story in there. Captain Strangelove, year or so ago, maybe it might have been a little bit longer because it feels like I've been looking for this book forever. Did a video on this about how this is exactly like they even call him the Watcher in this, and it came out before the Fantastic Four issues. Obviously, this is 1960 or 61, but this is awesome. I love it. And with that, I will mark it off my ever handy dandy Charlton Moleskine, and right here, Mysteries of Unexploded Worlds number 18 is going to get marked off. And on my 2018 list, it'll officially get marked off. Mysteries of Unexploded Worlds number 18 is now marked off the list. And again, I don't know how I'm going to find the rest of these books, but hopefully I'll find some of the obscure ones here in Baltimore or something. But again, wonderful book, beautiful condition. I love it. It's going to stay in my collection forever, obviously. It's been on my one list for a while, but it's such a great comic, such a great cover. So this is Mysteries of Unexploded Worlds number 18. Again, Shannon, thank you so much for everything. I do appreciate that. And he sent me this nice note, which I put in the back of one of the comics that he sent, so I always will have it. And on to the next act of kindness, which, like I said, I received 3, and like I said, they're almost back to back. So it was, like I said, I was taken aback, to say the least. I already cut the tape off of it. This is from Davis Comic Finds. Everyone knows Davis. He's got a good YouTube channel along with Shannon. They're both of the channels are really good, great content. This I was expecting. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything, but this is from Davis Comic Finds. Again, I just did the untaping. I don't know what's in this yet. Got a note here. I gotta read the note. Keep the note with the comics. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh wow, this looks right up my alley. Wow. All right. The Amazing Man. John Man, Amazing Man, number 6. Cowboy Sahib. The Strange Adventures. This is from Gallant Comics. This looks awesome. They're very fun books indeed. The Extraordinary Miniature Man. Classic Heroes New. Yeah, I knew Amazing Man looked familiar. I think he's a Golden Age character, if I'm not mistaken. Very cool. John and Man, Amazing Man number 1. Yeah, Classic Heroes New Adventures. Very, very cool. Amazing Man number 2. Davis Comic Finds. Thank you, sir. This is really good stuff. Right up my reading and collecting alley here. This is number 3. Versus the Music Master. I like that cover. Very cool. Number 4. Amazing Man Unleashed. Nice. I've never seen these comics before, never even heard of them. Now this is pretty detailed cover on this. Number 5. I'm going to go check out their website here. Very cool. Thank you, Davis. I appreciate that, man. Then they're a welcome addition to my collection. I do appreciate that, sir. And on to the third one. I feel like I'm rushing through everything, and I hope I'm not citing anybody because I'm trying to get the video under 20 minutes if I can, or a half hour. Another YouTuber, although he doesn't make videos, he's a great guy to talk to. We've emailed each other back and forth. He's a big war comics guy. I wish he would make videos because I think his knowledge would benefit a lot of us here who are into comics, and particularly, like I said, war comic books. He's really into war comics. But he sent me a stack of stuff. Again, I just opened up the package to save time. I've not seen what's in it. But I'm going to do that right now. Share with you guys what he sent to me. Again, I appreciate Shannon and Davis, and check out their YouTube channels. Davis Comic Finds, Solid 4 ST Bend. Think about that base when you think about sending thoughts his way, or viewing his channel, subscribing to it. I think most of the people that I know of who watch my channel are subscribed to Shannon, but few of you out there, and you're subscribed to Davis Comic Finds, but few of you who are out there who haven't, who do watch my channel, have not subscribed to him, please do. Unfortunately, don't have the knack to post a link on my description yet, but once I start doing that, I'll be able to do a lot more of promoting other channels by putting descriptions and links to their channels. But like I said, I think most people who are subscribed to me have subscribed to Shannon and Davis's channel. All right, wow, the first thing here, Showcase presents Challengers of the Unknown. Great stuff here. Great Kirby goodness. And I tell you, you read this, it's like reading Fantastic Four. So the whole thing with Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, I think Jack's input is far greater than I think some people give him credit for. But you read Challengers, you're reading the FF, really. So great stuff here. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say who this is from. A guy named Greg Deedle. I hope I'm saying your last name correctly. Like I said, he has a channel but has not posted any videos yet. And I said that, like I said, I wish he would, because his content would be phenomenal. I know it would. So Greg, thank you for this, man. I do appreciate it. Oh wow, this is nice, man. Okay. Sci-Fi Collection, The Weird Space, from American Comics Group. That is excellent. Excellent. ACG's Heroes. I've not seen these books. I have no idea what's in them, but they look like, again, right up my alley. Oh, nice. We've got some more Challengers of the Unknown goodness here. Challengers of the Unknown #1 by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Challengers of the Unknown #2. Oh, what a great cover. Challengers of the Unknown #3. Greg, I do appreciate this, man. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary for all you guys to send me stuff, but it's appreciative and I love it. Cool Matt Wagner cover. That was #4. 5. #6. Gil Kane goodness. Well, he gave me the whole series. Number 7. Wow, this is nice. I appreciate this. And number 8. Great stuff. Challenges of the Unknown, number 8. Thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate everything you sent. And of course, Davis Comic Finds, and Shannon. Thank you, folks. I do appreciate all you sent. They've got a good home. They're going to be read and enjoyed. I guarantee that. Now on to the next thing. Like I said, I was tagged by Luther Manning Patrick on 5 comic books. It started with Who Dat. Started a tag video about 5 comics that will never leave your collection and why. Well, there is a caveat to one of them, actually to 2 of them really. One I can show from here, the other one I'm going to have to get here in a second. So the 5 comics I picked are not going to be as obscure or bizarre as some people may think they're going to be, because it's really the origin of my comic collecting and my love of comics. So Charlton wasn't even on my mind, or the oddball, obscure characters, although I've always felt an attraction to them, like with Marvel Team Up and Marvel 2-in-1, because they would always have Spider-Man with a second or third tier character, which would make me like those issues and make me want to buy them, because it was characters you didn't see all the time. There was a few exceptions, but sometimes, some of the characters you wouldn't see all that much. So one of the first comic books that's not going to leave my collection. I told the story before. I'll give the Reader Digest version. It was, although this is not the comic book, obviously, but this is one of the first comics that I remember being read to me at a barbershop by my grandfather. It was laying there with a stack of comics, and the cover looked pretty cool, and so my grandfather, just started reading it to me before we got our haircut, and I do remember it. It was one of those comics that kind of got me into the mode of wanting to read and collect comic books. And the caveat with this that will never leave my collection is right there's a page of artwork from that comic book, is original artwork from Jack Sparling from that comic book. Again, it's not an exciting piece of artwork to say the least, but it's really, there's not a lot of exciting pages in Smokey anyway, but it's a page from one of the first comic books that I remember ever being read to me that I actually saw and was able to hold. This would probably have been about 1969, 1970 time frame, if I do remember correctly. It had to have been by that time, because I don't think I was in kindergarten yet. And on to the other comic book. Again, I've talked about it a million times. I won't beat a dead horse. Is What If the Avengers Had Never Been. What If number 3. Again, this is one of the comic books that resonate to me, and it really boils down to what a comic book should be about. I mean, there's excitement, there's adventure, there's tragedy, there's humor in it. Everything is combined in that comic book. And of course, my favorite Marvel character, though I've not read him, and I've not read an Iron Man comic book in probably 20 years, but he's one of my favorite, probably my favorite Marvel character. When I first really was enamored with, when I first started reading, collecting comic books, was Iron Man. He was my go-to guy. And then with Iron Man in it, I was there. And so the main story focuses around Iron Man keeping the Avengers together and getting them to, help to battle Submariner and Namor. So, What If number 3 always would be in my collection. This next comic book, I'm going to pause this real quick. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. All right. The next one this is the first comic book, one of the first comic books that I remember buying on my own at the Hook's drugstore with this one is in a couple other comics, I'm sure, because it was a couple, but it was Marvel 2-in-1 number 13, The Thing in Power Man, and again, it's one of my first comics that, like I said, like I bought. It was that, and I know a pack of bottle cap candy came with it, and to this day, I cannot eat, even though I don't eat them that much, but if I do eat some bottle caps, I'm taking right back, or when I read this comic book, I'm taking right back to being in that drugstore with my mom and buying comics, and this being in the stack that I bought. And again, this is one of the caveats with that is the original artwork page from that issue. Although, like I said before, this is a recreation. It's not the actual cover, but it's still still done by Ron Wilson. But it's a recreation that he did and sold, and I was happy to have it. I was happy to get my hands on it. But this is always going to be with me too. I would love to have the original one, but the recreation is just fine. In fact, I like the recreations a little bit better because I got it from him, and he did. I mean, I know he's done both of them, but just having it from the artist is really cool. Instead of buying it from a dealer, which the dealer's getting all the money, the artist doesn't get anything. So I try to buy artwork from the artist if I can. But this is that's going to stay in my collection along with that. And the next issue, down to 2, is Tales of Suspense 39. Obviously, I just got this I've been collecting, since the mid 70s, and this is the first time. This was like 2 years ago. I was able to get a Tales of Suspense 39. I'm very happy with it. Again, it's one of those issues that is first appearance of a major character that I'm a fan of, and I traded 2 high grade copy of Iron Man 55 and a high grade copy of Spider-Man 129. I traded those 2 books to get that, so I'm happy with the trade. I never thought I would own it. It's one of those things that it was always far off the radar. Either it was in really bad shape and it's a price you can afford, but you don't want the condition, or the condition is very, very nice and the price is out of your price range. I was happy to have the happy medium. The condition's really good and the price was right there, just trading 2 comics that I already had in my collection for it, and so I'm pretty happy with that. And my first Iron Man comic, Iron Man 67. This is the first comic book that I picked up that had Iron Man in it that I just, the cover blew me away. Still does. I love that cover with the Freak filling the car and Iron Man. He just batted it away like it's nothing. Again, this is from 74, so I was between 7 and 8 at the time. But I do remember, again, this is not the original copy that I had, unfortunately. I wish I still had it. This is part of my Iron Man collection. So this is my last issue for the tag video, number 5. But yeah, those are the issues. I'm sure, we can probably do 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, easy 50 comics that you're never going to leave your collection. But those are the 5. And they were so... And I like them so much, they're so easy to find in my collection. I knew exactly where to go for each one. Not that my collection, and it does need some organization. It's one of my banes of my existence is organizing my collection. And Patrick Luther Manning was talking about that, how more enjoyable your collection is if you have it organized, and it's so true. I got some long boxes that are not organized, and I'm finding things in there that should be in other places. Then I have other long boxes that are perfectly organized, and I just love the fact I can go in there and find the comic books and pick them out. But organization has always been one of those things that it's hard for me to keep up with. Like, I just got all these new comics from my subscribers, from Davis and Shannon and Greg, that I'm going to add to my collection and find room, and which is going to be a happy thing to do. find a place for them in my collection where I can keep them organized. So, but again, I do appreciate everybody's input, and of course, their awesome acts of kindness. They're special place in my heart. These comic books now, knowing they're coming from friends and part of someone else's collection, they took the time to send to me. So hope everyone's having a good weekend. And I appreciate everything, all the comments, the viewers, the subscribers. Please always comment if you can. Like I said, what's good, what's bad, what I'm doing good, what I'm doing right, what I can do better, all that type of stuff is make the community better, make my channel better, and it falls into the community as well. So again, thanks everybody, and hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. You take care. I'll talk to you guys later.